On Saturday night, I had dinner with a few friends, and afterwards, I started to go back to the Upper East Side where I lived. I'd just gotten off the subway, and when I got up to the street, I noticed a young girl, early 20s maybe, leaning against a wall and crying. I also noticed that she was pregnant. Being the sensitive person I am, I kept looking at her and debating if I should go and say something or not. But she noticed I kept looking at her, and she approached me. Let me just say that it was like 12 degrees Saturday night in New York, and this girl was wearing a t-shirt, just a t-shirt. I become concerned that she was in trouble. She introduced herself as Katie and told me that she was 7 months pregnant and homeless, and she asked if I could get her hot chocolate or some type of beverage from the shop down the street. I didn't want to be insensitive just because the kind of person I am, so I offered to give her some cash instead. To be honest, I was tired and I just wanted to go home, but I did want to help her. This is where things get a little weird. I take out my wallet and she clearly sees that I have, not trying to sound like a spoiled brat or anything, but a few $100 cash and credit cards. However, she declines and says that she'd rather just a hot drink. I'm sorry for your situation and I really wish I could help, I do, but I really need to get home, I said, and held out a $20 bill. But she kept insisting, telling me that it's only a few blocks away. I again tell her that I can't and hold out the money. She declines again, but I can now see that she's starting to get aggravated. I apologise again, wish her well and start to leave, when my curiosity gets the better of me. I see her leaving and going in the opposite direction of D&D. What I then did was probably the worst decision I've ever made. I don't regret it though. I followed her. Something was off about this girl and I wanted to see what she was up to. She is 5'4"-ish and I'm a 5'10" female. The street we were walking on was crowded and I managed to be unseen as I was following her. After about maybe 5 minutes, she turned a corner and went up a street. The street was seriously shady as fuck. It was dark and empty. I decided to stay back because of this, but kept looking around the corner, only to see her going to what seemed like an alley. I slowly walked to where the corner of the alley was, and carefully looked to see Katie with 3 other men and a girl talking. Then I heard a man's voice say, "You need to be more convincing." She then yelled back saying, "I'm wearing a fucking pregnant belly and a t-shirt. How could I be more convincing?" I then carefully peeked around the corner to see Katie take off the fake belly that she was wearing. At that moment, my heart sank. I almost fell into a trap. I began walking around. They were all at the far end of the alley, so I managed to be unseen. There was what looked like a van. I couldn't tell. It seriously looked like a small van. I listened to their conversation and made out a few things she said, like, "Next time, you go out in the freezing cold and wear a t-shirt." It didn't work. Way and relaxed a little bit when I got to the crowded street. When I got home, I called my friend and told her what had happened. He grew up in the city and he told me that he's heard of people who do stuff like that, but I don't think they wanted to rob me, because if that was the case, why didn't Katie take my wallet when I took it out?